Okay, I'm gonna start this video off with this. This is a General Motors Stage 2 EV charger. And let me show you what that bad boy is doing. Step out here, and we see it as she comes into focus. This is a 2025 Chevrolet Silverado EV LT, and it's a 3LT. I never thought I would ever purchase a truck and enjoy the truck just as much as I enjoy that bad boy. Well, not as much. But let me tell you a little bit about this vehicle. Let's go on the inside. And I'm gonna start first in the back. I have never seen as much room in the cab of a truck before as this one here. Now you can see this on that side behind the driver's seat. That is in the exit position. That's all the way back and it's slightly leaning back some. Let me pause this and I'm gonna go around there and sit in that seat so you can see it. Okay, let me get in here. Now I'm 6'5", and I'm gonna have to step up. And I'm gonna have a seat. And I want to show you the leg room that is in this vehicle. Let me close the door. And look at this. My knees are not touching the back of this seat. And I'm slightly, there you go, now I'm sitting back. But look at the room in this cabin, excuse me. A lot of headroom. Look at it. What, 4-6 inches. And that's the front of the bad boy. And let me get inside and show you some of the features. Now I'm going to get in and show you the process that I go through to start moving this vehicle forward. Now I have a code. I'm going to have to edit all of that out of there, but I have a code now that I put in my vehicle. Now I'm in, and it's asking me for my code. Uh-oh. Turn that down. That's my radar detector. Let me turn this away. Now a lot of you don't realize that you can set your vehicle up. I don't know about any other vehicle, I know about General Motors. I have my Corvette that way. I have it set up that once you get in, you have to go through a certain procedure and enter a code. Let me turn this air up so it doesn't create any noise. To include buckling your seatbelt, and if you don't do it, the vehicle will not go forward. So I recommend that if you have a Corvette C7, I believe C7 you can do it, C8, or a Silverado truck EV, you put that code in there and also state that if the seatbelt's not buckled, the vehicle won't move. But this is something else different. This is the way you start. There's no place here to, like a startup button, but the way you start this vehicle, you just tap the brake. You push the brake, take it out of park, and it will. I'm going to have to put the windows down. Getting a little warm in here, but I don't want the air conditioner to cause any background noise. Let me show you some other things also. I hear people complaining about Waze. I loaded Waze on my screen through the app store. I don't know why it's not coming up. It says welcome to Waze. Okay, let me go in here. There she is. There go Waze. And what I like about Waze more so than the other GPS is it lets you know where traffic jams are at, accidents, the police, emergency vehicles, and it will route you around trouble. It'll route you. Now most GPSs will do that, but I just like the way Waze function. And you see this right here, you tap on that, and that will help you to help other people out. You can tap on it, let people know the police are here in that location, and it will mark that for everyone else that's using the app. Let me see. Let's go up here. I'm going to turn the music down, the volume down, but that's your music. And you tap on this, you can go FM. All right. Tap on this. You go AM. You tap on that, and then you have your Amazon Music, Spotify, excuse me, news, and then you can also pair your phone to this. And people say you can't play your music because you don't have the other app that they had on the General Motors products, but you can if you pair your phone Bluetooth. You can also set it up for Bluetooth for music also. All right, but I normally keep mine on Sirius. There we go. What else can I show you on here? These are the settings. Camera. 360. You see the vehicle 360. And you get also, that's the standard. That's the overhead view. Side view. Okay, let's go standard. Let's go back. You know, now what I use this for when I pull into my garage, I pull straight in, but I have a mark on my garage wall. Once I get there, I switch to the back camera to make sure that this bumper right here is at a certain spot on the floor. I also have floor bumpers inside, so my wheel would touch it, because this vehicle is very long. This vehicle is 231 inches. My garage is 234 and a half, so I don't have a lot of wiggle room. So, but I do wanted to, keep my vehicle inside my garage. Let me close this out, and here go Google Assist. Hey Google, what day is it?
It's Monday, May 19th, 2025.
That's all you got to do is say, hey, so-and-so. I'm not going to do it because it'll trigger it. And you can also ask for directions. You can also tell it to take you home or have you. And here are the driving modes. My mode, I don't have my mode configured. I normally drive it in normal. Okay. Now this vehicle has some off-road capabilities, but it's not really an off-road vehicle. It's not off-road. It doesn't have the proper plates. It doesn't have the proper height. There is no air suspension, but they do permit you to do some soft off-road, driving on grass, what have you, or mud, what have you, but not anything like the Hummer or the RST. The RST is an off-road vehicle. and then you set it up for towing. And what I like about it, you can go in and tell it, put in the weight of your vehicle, the weight of your trailer, and you can name it. So what happened, the system will remember that item. So when you get in next time, you just put whatever name you name that the trailer. All right, check this out. That's a, let me come over here. That's a animation, a button that you press when you want to do 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. I did it one time, and I don't think I'm going to be doing it again. This thing will go. You figure this vehicle weighs 8,800 pounds, and it can go from 0 to 60 in less than 5 seconds. That is awesome. That is awesome. I believe the horsepower on the LT, I have the extended range, so I got a little more horsepower, a little more distance. The horsepower on the LT is 400 and I want to say 465. I'm sorry, 565. The range is 410 miles. Okay, 410. And let me tell you what happened. I was looking at the Hummer, and I really wanted the Hummer. For those that know me, I prefer driving sports cars and SUVs. So I looked at the Hummer as an SUV, but it was mainly set up for off-road, and that was with the 3 motors. Then I looked at the one for the 2 motors, and that was still, I believe the Hummer is more off-road than anything. And then I looked at the Silverado RST, and that's a cross between a off-road vehicle and also is a little more sporty, and also had a more utility. Distance also, I believe it was 440 as far as the range. And I believe the horsepower, I'm not really sure. I'll take and research, and I'll put a caption there. I believe the horsepower like 770 or 760, like a little more than 100 more horsepower than this. And it also have 4-wheel steer, just like the Hummer. The 4-wheel steer is more in line with someone who is doing off-road and you want to somewhat maneuver around a rock or what have you. Being that I'm not an off-roader, I did not see any use in me buying the Hummer. I came close to it because the price between the Hummer and also the price between the Hummer and the RST is not that much difference, especially they were severely discounting the Hummer. I was able to get a negotiated price on the Hummer 3 motor 2025, very similar to that with the 2025 Silverado RST. But like I said, I couldn't see me buying a vehicle that had a capability that I'm really not going to use. So the general manager at the place where I get my vehicles called me and said, Mr. Wynn, I just got an LT and I want you to come in and test drive it, because from what you're telling me, this vehicle will probably suit what you want. I came in, they gave me the keys, I took it for a ride, and the rest is history. This is the actual vehicle that I test drove that day. I came back, I told him I want this vehicle, and 3-4 hours later I walked out. I didn't walk out, I drove out. I drove out with this. I traded in my 2023 Camaro 2SS, and one reason why, let me turn this around so you guys can see me. One reason why I did that is that I was watching the price on the Camaro constantly go up. And believe it or not, the day I traded the Camaro in for this Silverado, it was $2,000 difference than what I paid for the vehicle. So it was a great deal for me. It had a lot of equity in that vehicle. So I took that equity and put it on this to reduce my monthly payments. I don't own this vehicle outright. I may take some money and throw it into this and pay it off, but right now I owe very little on this vehicle because of the equity that I was able to put in this vehicle. Also, Uncle Sam gave me $7,500 tax advantage toward this, and as an incentive I put that on top of this vehicle. And I also a retired military veteran. I got in the month that I bought this, instead of doing a $500 rebate for military and also first responders, General Motors was doing $750, so I was able to put $750 on this also. And then I found out when you do the taxes in New Jersey, instead of them charging you I believe it's 6.5, they only charge you 3%. So I saved money there also. So there's a lot of advantages of me getting this vehicle. And to me, the only time I know that this is a truck is when I look through my rearview mirror and I can see that truck bed in the back. I can see that tonneau cover. But on the inside, when I'm driving it, the ride is very comfortable. It reminds me of my 2005 Lincoln Navigator and my 2017 Suburban Premier. And that Suburban Premier had air ride. This doesn't have air ride. I don't know what type of suspension they put on this vehicle, but this vehicle has a very good ride. Saturday, I had an event to go to in Philadelphia, and when I took the main road, and when I put my home in my GPS to go home, it told me that 76 had an accident. There was traffic, and it was going to take me through the city to get me home. And it took me on some rough roads within the city of Philadelphia. And this vehicle was taking those potholes and the rough roads with ease. It didn't bounce me around. It was very impressive riding through Philadelphia and not being jarred around. And the GPS took me out back. I don't normally take 95. I normally go 295, but it took me to 95, and from there I know how to get home from there, and it took me in to get home. Let me show you some more features. I'm gonna bring the windows up. You have to hold both knobs to bring the window up. You have express up and express down on the driver's side, but on the passenger side and the ones in the rear, you must hold it to bring it all the way up. So this is how I turn it off. I put my foot on the brake. I touch the park brake over here, and you really don't have to touch the park brake. Let me show you something. I'm not going to touch the park brake. And then this switch here says off, and when I touch vehicle off, the vehicle is now off. And when you open the door, the vehicle was shut off. We put it in park. But I like to touch that park brake because I want a physical brake to hold my vehicle. I do that with all my vehicles. Okay, let me get out and show you something. Now this is a button for the front trunk. You press that and you see it come up. All right. And I take you around there, and this is for the rear tailgate. And that's gonna come up. So I'm gonna go to the front, show you how that is. Then we go around to the tailgate. All right, let's go. Now I have things in here. Basically what I have in here, I have my license plates. I have temporary tags, but this is pretty roomy here, pretty roomy. And let me take this out of here, show you some other things. Now, when I first got this vehicle, I didn't know what this was right here. I didn't know what it was. So I opened it up, and believe it or not, those are the tools to change the tire. This right here, I was told to buy this. I got this from General Motors. This is the Tesla EV charging adapter. General Motors have it set up where you can go to Tesla and charge your vehicle. All right, and I purchased this. I wanted a net on this in case, you know, something falls forward, not gonna fall out, what have you. Let me put this back up. I close this, and I found out the way there's a button under here. It doesn't mark it, but 1, 2, 3 is the third one, the largest one. You tap it one time, and then it'll close. It took me a while to figure that out, and the salesman didn't know it either. It took me a while to figure that out. Let me go back here, and that gate, oh, it didn't come down. Oh, you know what? That was me. I believe you have to hold it for it to come down, but you can bring the gate down several ways. You can bring it down here, and you have to hit it 2 times. I guess 2 times and hold it. It's not coming now. Press this. All right, there it is. That's down. Now, what I like about this, and I've used this vehicle one time. I had to really clean out my garage, and there's a lot of things in there I didn't need. And I had like 4 or 5 bags of rubbish. I don't want to call it trash, but stuff that I didn't need. And I loaded everything in here and took it to our neighborhood dump. But let me show you this. This is a utility on this vehicle that, say if you're carrying something and it's too long. Say it's, I believe the rear of this what would you call it? Trunk, whatever. It's like I believe it's 5.5 feet. This gives it another 2 feet or 1.5 feet. Now on the RST, you see that back wall there? That will fold down, and you can take that, lay it down. You can take the glass off, what have you, and you can put up to, I believe it's 11 feet in the truck bed. That's truck bed. 11 feet. Isn't that something? 11 feet. But I don't need that. You know, I don't. I bought this like it's an SUV. That's how I'm going to use it. All right. But let me show you this also. Let me see if I can make sure you got to reach up under here and touch this. That comes down where you can step up. All right. Where you can step up. Now, I had to put a tonneau cover on this because I didn't like the way it looked. And flip this. This flips back. And just come back again. Then you got to reach in here, grab it again, and it comes all the way back. I don't want to snap it. And then you have the tie downs here to secure it in case you want to haul something, or if you need more room, you can release the top of that. All right, that's in there nice and good. What I like about this tonneau cover, it can hold over 600 pounds. So if you put something in here that you want to carry it flat, this is the hard top. I didn't want the soft top. All right, this is the hard. And she's locked in place. And you don't have to worry about someone getting inside your vehicle if you're not here. Now I'm gonna bring this up I'm trying to do this with one hand. There we go. Oh. It's hard to film with one hand. All right, guys. It's a good looking vehicle. To me. To me, it looks very futuristic. It looks like something you would see on SpaceX. I like this buttresses also. This gives it a different style. Amen. Gives it a different style. Look at that. I believe it's what, 9, 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8 lug nuts on that wheel. And I did some research, and the reason why they did that because of the weight of the vehicle. And let me show you something else. Let me go back inside. Let me show you something else while I'm thinking. And I had to learn to get used to this. This was what's called one pedal driving. And what one pedal driving in an EV is that you don't have to apply your brakes. As soon as you put your foot, remove your foot from the it's not a gas pedal, but from the accelerating pedal, the vehicle will slow down. And you can set the one pedal driving on regular or firm or normal. And I have it on normal. And I find that it's very good in the city when you're driving. You don't have to continue bring your foot from your gas or from the accelerated pedal to the brakes, accelerated pedal to the brakes, and you'll learn how to tether your foot off the accelerator, and then they give you assistance. This pedal right here, that's a handbrake, so you can use that pedal and your one pedal driving to stop the vehicle. And when it stops, it stops. It doesn't roll forward. And when you come to a stop sign or a light, you take your foot off the accelerator pedal, the vehicle would not move forward. It will sit there. And you can just rest, and then when it come time to move forward, just put your foot on the pedal. All right? While we're inside, let me show you some other little goodies. What I like about this, you got a lot of storage area here inside. Look at that. I like this right here. Just keep stuff here, your cup holders, and there's more room. You grab this, bring this all the way back, and there's more room down there. All right. Then you have your wireless charging. You also have, what I like about this, you have another outlet there, and then you got your two USB outlets. I think you got another USB in here too. Yes, you have USB in here. All right. And then look at this. That's nice. You got somebody sitting there, they have to cell phone or the keys, what have you. That's a little shelf they can put their stuff there. And there's pouches on both sides. There's one here, and there's a pouch there. It's a lot of storage, All right. I'm expecting something from Amazon. I don't know if it's coming UPS or not. We'll see in a minute. If he stops here, look like he's going to stop. No, he's not going to stop here. Is he going to stop here? Oh, he's coming over around. No, he stopped there. All right. I have something for this vehicle here that I ordered. But guys, I'm not an expert. I'm just trying to share information with people who wants to know. I really enjoy this vehicle. I never thought I would ever own a truck. But believe it or not, to me, this is not a truck. It is not a truck. Trust me. This is not a truck. All right, guys. Y'all take care.